Hey everybody, what's up? David Burns. Look at this. I got a call about a swarm, and a couple of things I always do is like send me a picture. How high up are they? This one's in a tree. What is that? Maybe 8 feet high. So we're gonna set it up. I brought a little nuke box. That's gotta be the smallest swarm I've ever seen. Take a look right here. This is a picture they sent me. I don't know why, but it looks bigger in the picture, but I guess they got close, or maybe some of them left, I don't know. So what I'm going to try to do first is set my ladder up there, and I may just see if I can find the queen first. We're actually in Champaign-Urbana, Illinois, and so probably somebody around here has a hive, although there are a lot of older trees way out over there in the forest, so there could be bees in that big tree over there. Who knows where they came from. So yeah, I'm going to give this some little place for the bees to sit on while they're being transported. All right, there we go. I think I'm going to look for the queen for a minute.
Yep.
Since they're so small, she might be walking around on there a little bit. All right, so here I am, and I'm looking for the queen, because if I'm lucky and I grab the queen, then they can't swarm away on me. But if they're ready to take off to their final destination, as soon as I shake them into the box, they could just fly away. So it'd be fun if I could find the queen. Ooh, there's more to look at over here. So the queen walks around, and she kind of goes in and out of the cluster, the swarm ball here. And if you see her, she's only out. There goes the fire truck. All right. Should we keep that in the scene, Patrick? Sure. The big city swarm. But anyway, if the queen were to walk out on the outside of the swarm, then she would duck back in pretty quick. Okay, I see one waggle dance here, and the waggle dance is pointing that direction. So if I can find another waggle dance going in a different direction, I know I have more time. Those are scout bees telling the swarm where to go. And unfortunately, I only see one waggle dancer. She might have already won. That means that she has convinced everybody where to go. All I need to see is one more waggle dance going in a different direction, and that means they haven't decided where to go yet. And I'm not seeing my queen, and you can sometimes find your queen immediately, like within a few minutes. And then at other times I've sat here for probably an hour and never saw the queen. If you can see my waggle dancer. Oh, there is another one going. There's a waggle dance there. Right there. Let's see. So this tells you so much about the swarm, is looking at the waggle dancing, because that waggle dance there is going toward the 4 o'clock direction. But I did see another one somewhere else a second ago that was going toward the 2 o'clock direction. Oh yeah, there's one right here going straight up noon. Yep, so that tells us we got a little time. They haven't decided exactly where they're going to go yet. This is called a bivouac. This is the early stage of a swarm leaving a hive and then coming here and resting, making a decision based on these scout bees where they're going to finally go, and so they're trying to make that decision. It'd be lovely if our queen just showed up there with a blue dot on her and stood there while we picked her up. I don't think that's going to happen. Let's go ahead and shake them in. So I'm going to leave a little space in between the frames so I can kind of get the bees to go down into the box. And if you're unfamiliar with getting a swarm in a box like this, This is a little easier because everything is pretty lightweight, but a swarm of bees can be heavy. And so you can see that the base of the swarm is already kind of hanging between these two frames. So I'm just going to shake them 2 or 3 times and see if I can get them to go down into the box. Let me grab a couple of branches here. Oh, they've already built some comb. Look at that. You don't see that very often. So they've been here a minute. They probably weren't going to leave. So we'll set it here and just leave it like this for a minute. And we're not leaving until we see the queen. So she could be in this box, or she could be up there on the little bit of comb that they built. Yeah, you can see here they've actually built a couple of sections of comb. And if the hive was larger, they may have just, maybe some of them left and some stayed. I don't know. It's interesting that they've built comb there. It doesn't take long to build that amount of comb. That could be built in a day, but it could be that the queen is still in that little ball of bees there. And so what I'm going to try to do is see if I can just take this little piece and down, and we'll investigate, see if the queen is in here. This is pretty easy, all in a day's work. Could the queen be on this? Because there is a lot of bees on here. So let's take a little part at a time, I guess. There's one little leaf. I don't see the queen there. Okay. I smell a lot of Nasonov odor. So sometimes if the queen isn't here, the reason they're doing that is because the queen was here. And all of her queen mandibular pheromone is so strong that they are used to being right there near the queen's odor, their pheromone. Now we can shake it a little bit right here, like that. We can look for maybe a queen. And a queen in this state, this bivouac state, is flyable, obviously. So she can fly very easily. So what we're wondering is the queen in the box? These bees have opened up the Nasonov gland on the end of their abdomen there, spraying the Nasonov gland up in the air. That's what I was smelling. What we're going to look at is we're going to pull a frame up and see if we can see the queen. But remember, in a swarm like this, it's very easy for the queen to be on the wall of this box. So even if you don't see her on the frames you put in there, be sure and check the walls. So let's see if she is on this frame, like I suspect. Okay, a lot of busy bees running around. And usually in a swarm like this, it's rare to see a marked queen, but you know, if a beekeeper mismanaged a swarm control this year and marked the queen, then we might get lucky and find a marked queen. Some people ask me, do drones swarm with a swarm? And boy, I just had eyes on a drone. Where did he go? So you see there's a drone right here. At least one drone. Some people think they don't go with a swarm, but they do. There's a bunch of drones right there. Look at all. 1, 2, 3, 4 drones. A big pile of them right there. I answer a lot of questions on YouTube, and that was a question somebody asked me recently. You know, and it's always good to validate your answer. Did I answer that correctly? Yeah, there's some drones here. A lot of bees. Frame one more time, and then we're just going to take them and see what happens after we bring them home and look some more. But I think they are definitely queenless. And let's let them ride in the front seat and keep a better eye on them up here. Well, there you go. That's swarm removal 101, kind of basic, and it'd be interesting. We'll keep looking in the box, see if we see the queen, but I think they're queenless. They've been there a little bit, so we'll see how it goes. And if you want to watch a video of me catching another swarm, follow me right over here. I'll see you guys over there.